All right. Let's see here. Okay, so today is October 3rd of 2024, and we're going to go over the daily outlook. But before that, we're going to go over the price action for yesterday. Okay. All right, so yesterday, as I expected, like I said, yesterday I was bullish after sell side was taken. And right off the reason why I was bullish was a couple of reasons. One, we were right at a weekly imbalance. Same thing here, we were at a weekly imbalance on the daily. Uh, right on the daily, I also noticed here a mitigation block after with a stop run. If this mitigation block did not have this stop run, I would not have taken it. Well, I would have not been as bullish as I was yesterday. Um, so that was me going into the morning session. All right. So morning session, what I expected was a run a lower first, and then a reversal going into the 10 o'clock macro, and that's exactly what happened. Um, and if you look at the live stream, you will notice, you will see that I actually took a short here on NQ and ES because what I expected was I wanted to see a run of these lows, especially ES, since ES had relative equal lows down here, and when price has relative equal lows, that is a magnet to price. Right. Okay. So why was I bearish coming off the morning? Well, we had already run sell side. We ran buy side into the 830 news, and just like I had expected, this draw lower was the manipulation leg of the draw of the move. So I did expect this draw to be lower here. Let's go into I think it was this one. Yep, I think it was this one. So right after morning, and here. And the reason why I was comfortable taking this short was because there have been plenty of times where I've taken a short. Well, let me rephrase that. Where I've seen a move draw lower, sweep lows, rebalance into 50% of the range on one side, and the other one only rebalances into the breaker. Which is right here. Okay, so again, NQ drew an institutional order flow entry drill with this candle here, and as soon as I saw that, I got short right here, and I actually should have added another one here to cover down here, and then ultimately down here, maybe at this mitigation block down here. So again, pretty good entry, pretty good exit, exactly as I had expected. The entry was not perfect, but no entry will ever be perfect as long as you were correct on your bias. NQ drew lower, swept these lows, retraced into 50% of this range. I believe it was 50%. Yep, right there. 50% of the range. I actually got in at 64, which is right here. And the reason why I got in there was because there was a 15-minute gap here with consequent encroachment being right there. There was also a 15-minute inverse here, two areas of confluence, drew price lower. I actually covered down into this area down here. So two good trades to start off the morning. So as soon as those were done, I stepped to the sidelines and I wanted to see a reversal. And wouldn't you know, it just happened to be right here at the reversal at this mitigation block. The reason why I didn't jump in here was because I wanted to see a retracement back into 50%. And as you can see here, none of that happened. Right, none of that happened. It did happen here during the 10:30 macro where buy side was taken, sell side was taken, and then price drew higher. But I wasn't, which I should have been, because the fact was that crude oil crude oil was here at 10:30, and I probably should have been paying attention to that, because I could have caught the move into to complete this market maker buy model, which I had identified earlier as a 50-minute imbalance. So I knew the price was going to trade from external to imbalance. What do you From liquidity to an imbalance up here. So that could have been a good trade, but I obviously didn't take that. So come into the 11 o'clock macro, there was really nothing going on here. I didn't like any of this. There was something here, but I wasn't. I was actually looking for a draw into these areas here after price rebalance this imbalance here. Because what does price do? After it takes out imbalances, it needs to retrace back in and take out liquidity. And that's what I was expecting here on this move. Displacement lower, maybe. I did not try to short this because order flow is bullish, right? So what I wanted to see was, I wanted to see price reject this area, come back into 50% of this range, and then draw higher. But obviously that did not happen. So I was okay with that. So coming into the afternoon session, uh, I ran into some technical difficulties, which really irritated me. Um, yeah, it really messed with my mental capital. So what I did instead was, I actually paper traded after I was done. So for some reason, when I connected, my DOM was not working. Um, this right here, it was not working. It just showed blank, but I could actually see my accounts, but it was not working. I'm not connected right now, that's why you can't see it. But it wasn't working even though I was connected. So yeah, for some reason, and the chart wasn't even loading. So I basically um, had to use my trading view. And so coming into the afternoon session, what did I notice? I noticed that price, what I wanted to see is, I wanted to see price retrace back into 50% of the range on one of the pairs. As you can see here, ES did, NQ did not. There was a 30-minute gap here. Okay, so plenty of confluence, as well as this order block right here. So it was a perfect setup right here. As you can see here, perfect setup. While that was happening, I could have made triple the amount I made down here, but because this I was sold with, and I really wanted to take this trade. Not only that though, but we had buy side swept, sell side swept. So we have two time frames in agreement, which was the hourly, now the 5-minute, and then the 1-minute. Buy side swept, sell side swept, entry. I wanted to actually turtle soup entry this, and I believe I did on a paper trade. Let's go into it now. Actually, no. I don't want to see it just yet, because I'll show it later, because I'm not looking to see live data right now. So I'll show that later on. And then, okay, so first entry, second entry was right here, where price retraced into 50% of the range, and I could have covered here at sell side, or here at sell side, or I mean buy side. So two areas of confluence, really beautiful trade, but obviously I did not. Going into 1600 macro, and by this time I did my charts were back up, but I didn't take it. We had buy side here swept, and sell side draw into this area here, draw higher to complete the market maker buy model on this lower time frame. So really good price action, just crappy crappy connection. I don't know what went wrong with it. So I hope today that area is fixed and I don't have to deal with that anymore. It's the first time that's ever happened. So that's another one under my belt. Let's go ahead and delete everything I'm supposed to delete. Get ready. Okay, so what's my bias for today? I'm bullish again, because again we held above the weekly gap, we reversed at the mitigation block. We closed above the low of this candle. So I am bullish. But what I want to see is during Asia and London, what I want to see is maybe London take out Asia, sell side, or maybe sell side gets swept and then continuation higher. Same thing on NQ. NQ obviously ran lower than this mitigation block, but it held above the weekly gap. It also closed and opened above consequent encroachment, bullish sign. It did not leave a gap. Instead, you have an immediate rebalance. But again, I'm not expecting price to draw lower. I'm actually expecting price to draw higher after it takes out a meaningful sell side area. What was another thing I wanted to talk about? So that's my daily bias. My bias remains bullish. If price took out buy side, then what I will look for is I'll look for sell side to get taken again, and then maybe for continuation to draw higher. I'm not looking to get short, but if the setup is just like it was yesterday, then I may be then I may take a short as long as the sell side had not been taken. Okay. So yesterday we had first stage SMT between this low and this low here. First stage SMT. So what I will be looking for is I'll be looking at the 60-minute for some sort of second stage SMT down here. And again, that's why I want to see that's why I want to see consolidation or whatever, and then sell side gets swept on one pair but not on the other. And that'll give me confirmation of second stage SMT to be able to take that long into the highs. I didn't take a look at the 4-hour. Let's take a look. The one thing I don't like about the 4-hour though is that we don't have a gap here. We have an immediate rebalance, draw higher, immediate rebalance, draw higher. It did close above all of these down close candles, closed above this area here. So we do have multiple time frames here. The 4-hour order block here, 4-hour order block up here. We have 1-hour order block, 1-hour order block. If you zoom into the 15-minute, you'll see the 15-minute order block also down here. So plenty of areas of confluence. The one thing I don't like about these types of order blocks is they're order blocks, yes, but they don't have imbalances in between them, in between the next candles. On NQ, you do, right here. Actually, right here. Let's change that. Right here. So on NQ, you do have that. On ES, you don't. Right, you don't, but there is one on the 30 minutes. So that's the 30-minute is not something I like going with. Usually I stick to 1 hour and 15-minute and 4-hour. So that's why I'm a little skeptical as to whether price continues drawing higher. Um, for NQ, NQ has already met the objective here. That's why I want to see sell side get sunken. ES has not yet. So I wouldn't be surprised if we draw into these highs, sweep buy side, then we come back down to sweep sell side, and then we continue drawing higher. There are two stages where I believe we're at right now. So we could be in the distribution phase where price needs to distribute a little more and then reverse. Or we're in the accumulation phase where we accumulate, we run those lows, and then we continue drawing higher. But given what I see on the daily, I do believe we're in the accumulation phase before we continue higher. Same thing here. I believe we're in this stage, not in this stage. So let's go ahead and connect and see where we're at. Again, I'm still trading with the idea that every new high will get swept. Okay, every new high will get swept, and then we get the reversal to sweep the lows, and then we draw higher. So that's how I'll be trading today. I won't be trading expecting continuation. What I'll be trading are reversals into new highs. So let's connect here. Oh, today is non-farm and tomorrow. So the likelihood of price working out today and tomorrow is highly unlikely, which means I'll only be trading with micros. I'm not looking to take crazy wins today. Just enough to be, just as long as there's a good setup. Um, so let's see where we're at. Actually, let's start with the daily. And we do have news. Okay, so it looks like we're still in the distribution phase. So we did have news at 8:30, and then at 9:45, I believe. Uh, yep, 9:45, and then 10 o'clock. 9:45 is PMI. 10 is also PMI. 8:30 was initial jobless claims. Well, it looks like we're still in the distribution phase, but again, I want to see how price reacts here. As long as we don't sweep these lows, I'll be fine. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. I thought NQ swept those. I thought ES swept this high here, but it didn't. Didn't sweep this high here. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. Okay, so I like ES better than NQ. We have SMT at the highs. On the 4-hour, I think this is a better model. So I remain bullish, but right now the objective are the lows. We have relative equal lows here. So I believe this is the objective. And ES has not swept the lows yet. So this might be the second stage SMT I'm looking for, where price will sweep the low on NQ, draw relative equal lows, and then we get to draw higher. I'm paying attention to this candle here. Actually, no, not this candle. Neither one of these candles, actually. Yeah, I don't like any of these candles. So right now, again, my bias is that we are bearish. We're going to take out the objective here. So if we draw to these lows, we sweep these lows, I want to see the same thing we saw yesterday with ES. I want to see a reversal so we could attack the highs. If we displace through it, then I'll be targeting sell side here and also sell side here. Because if we are in the distribution phase, then we might be headed lower. Let's go to the 4-hour. Okay, so we do have SMT here again. We have second stage SMT also on the 4-hour. Off of the Asia session, where price did not sweep this high here. ES did. So both of these are seeking the lows. Let's look at the 60-minute. Okay, so yesterday we swept buy side. So now we are seeking sell side on the hourly. So this is a model here. I could say that the sell side was swept on the 1 hour, but this is actually more on the 15. So Once price swept this low here, I want to see price sweep this low here. So we are on a sell model. I'm going to take this out, take this out, take this out. Which is this one? 1700. Okay. I thought for some reason PDH was swept, but that was actually not PDH. This is PDH. No, this is PDH. And as you can see here, at the open on off of Asia session, it did not sweep. So we only swept buy side. So we are seeking sell side now. But I don't think this low gets swept. So I will be watching to see how price reacts off of this area here. So with ES, I would not like to see the low get swept because I do believe this is a protected low. NQ is not. We are reacting off of this new week opening gap. New day opening gap was respected. Sell side was also taken. Gap was taken. So I can remove all of this right here. PDH was not taken. BSL was taken. So let's put this as BSL. Sell side was swept. Yeah, we do have to come back up here and buy and sweep buy side because I don't because this whole swing has not been rebalanced yet. So as it stands right now, I'm not. I don't have a bias. I don't have a trade idea because we could come back to sweep these lows right off the open, just like it did yesterday here with this move. But that doesn't mean that we might not rebalance. We come back up here to rebalance, right? So either move we do, either move that takes place during the open, what I'll be doing is I'll actually be fading that move, meaning that whatever move we get, whether it's a draw into this area, then I'll be fading that move as a reversal because I am bullish, right? But if we draw higher, then I'll be fading that move to sweep these lows because if we are to draw higher, then I do believe since we haven't swept this low yet on NQ, I do believe that we need to sweep this low before we draw higher. And the reason why I was skeptical with the fact that we might see continuation higher today was because this move higher was not as explosive as, let's say, this move or this move. You see, so that's why I'm a little skeptical. So we are still in the distribution phase. So we swept sell side here. Okay. And we also swept sell side here on the hourly. Okay. But we haven't swept these lows yet. So I think maybe what we're doing is we're generating liquidity. And whenever you get generated liquidity, what needs to happen is we need to get buy side get swept, and then we get to draw lower. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. These are relative equal lows as well. Yep, Let's take a look at the 15-minute. There's no imbalance here, but there is one up here. So right now what we're doing is we're trading. We took out liquidity down here. So we should retrace back into an imbalance. With NQ, I don't want to see price take this, maybe this high, but not this high, right? So I don't want to see price take out this high. I mean this high, but I do want to see it take out maybe this high or rebalance into this area here, and then we get the continuation lower. On ES, I want to see price take out this high, and then we get the draw lower. So either or, but if we immediately draw lower into these areas here, then I'll try to maybe see how price reacts. If it closes kind of like it did here on the 1 hour, where price swept, but look at how it closed and opened. Then I'll try to catch a long off of 50% of the range later on. But if we get a close sort of like this one, after price swept this low, look how it closed. That's why I was comfortable taking a short here. Okay, so regardless of depending on how either of the two draw itself, will give me indication as to what I want to do later. If we close like this, then I will be looking for a retracement in the retracement into a 15 or 5-minute order block, and then a continuation lower later on. All right, 15-minute. This imbalance here is what I'll be watching. I don't need this anymore. We have an inverse here. No inverse here. So you know what? I'm gonna take this out. I don't like it. So this is where the liquidity pools are right now. There was a liquidity pool here. But again, right now, it seems like price is reacting off of 15-minute. As you can see here, sell side swept here yesterday, buy side swept, draw lower, sell side, buy side, draw lower. So if price continues to draw lower, then it should not sweep this high anymore in the 15-minute at least. Let's see here. Sell side swept. Yeah. So here, I don't see anything. Okay, so I want to see how price reacts here. I do think we're gonna revisit these highs up here. But again, my draw right now is if we revisit these highs, I don't want to get short and long here, even though we are at 50%, and it could offer a pretty good entry. But the fact that I don't know exactly where price is headed to right now, it kind of keeps me it's gonna put me on the sidelines today until I see either this side gets swept or this side gets swept. So again, no trade idea until I see something like that happen. And I'm not doing either until 9:45 comes around. Gun to my head, I think the highest gets swept first. There is no breaker to work off of. Kind of like the trade I took yesterday, but I don't see a discernible breaker here at all. Same thing here, I don't see anything. We do have an imbalance here that price trades into. So yeah, today I'm no trade idea. No idea where price is headed to just yet. So we do have SMT at the lows. 15-minute SMT though. Right here. With this low and this low here. And this low and this low here. Did it take this low? Yes, it did. So all the way up to this low over here. So no trade idea. I'm not willing to. And again, what ICT always says is, do not trade Thursday and Friday of non-farm week. And today is Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. And the fact that I don't see a setup anywhere solidifies that way of thinking. But again, that the only reason why I'm thinking this way is because I don't see a clean sweep of the highs or lows yet, except for ES. ES swept the low, swept sell side, so naturally I would like to see buy side get taken, and then maybe see what happens afterwards. And I like the fact that we are drawing higher now. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. So until 10 o'clock, I'm just going to be trading paper if there is something. We are trading into the new day opening gap. Did we have one yesterday? Where is it? Right here. Nope, nothing. Just a tiny little one. So I was right in my initial assessment, but that's the 15-minute. I don't want to catch the 15-minute because the 15-minute is not as clear to me just yet. I wouldn't be surprised if ES only trades up to this area and Q maybe sweeps this high here. Then we'll have, something. But again, nothing until then. We do have a breaker here. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. That's not a breaker. Right here. So I like this. But again, I don't like the idea of getting long up here. That news. I want to see how price reacts up here. with one of these. And today might just be one of those days where it does something like this. Just take out highs and lows, consolidate, and then the next day we get those beautiful moves. Short here, long down here. So this is the type of look I'm looking. That's why I'm not pulling the trigger or anything. We just violated the first 5-minute PD arrays. This inverse here. Well, now this becomes an inverse. We are holding at new day opening gap. We do have S&T at this high here where NQ took it out. So no entry. So we'll see. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. 1-minute. Okay, so we have something here. I want to see price takeout sell side. And then I want to see the reaction. Six points. To make 16 points. I could get under that. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turtle soup entry this thing. But just on 2 micros. Yeah, I'll take 2 micros. That's hilarious. My limit order was at 42, and I just got filled, but it didn't even hit 42. That's funny. My stop is down here, so about a 5-point stop. Okay, so I'm in. Again, this is turtle soup entry. Now I want to see it draw higher. NQ, I want to see continuation. My first target will be here. So we'll see. Okay, we just took out that high, but I want to see continuation. So the next 5 minute will give me indication as to what we do. We have 3 minutes until the 9:45 occurs. I want to see a draw into this area up here. I'm gonna put my stop down here now because I don't want to risk any more than I have to. Okay, stop is set. I really don't want to see a reversal. Darn. Maybe. Oh, never mind. We are holding at this imbalance here. Okay, so we have 1 minute until the thing occurs. So we'll see. Looks like we are going to close above it, but obviously we still have 40 seconds left. And depending on what happens, or depending on the reaction, I'll just take it off immediately. So it looks like we're going to close. 30 more seconds. Ten more seconds. No. And I think I'm about to get stopped. Just waiting right now to see if I get stopped or not. But we'll see. Okay, I don't like how it's just staying up there. All right, well, I just took it off. I might be wrong because this is a protected stop, but I'd rather just not be in here anymore. So now let's see. Three drive pattern. So again, just still looking for maybe continuation. But at this point, I'm out of the market, so I'm just analyzing to see what we're doing here. This could have been a good 5 minute. I mean 5 point trade. But I am watching this. I am watching to see how this because so far we do have a couple of areas of confluence here. We have SMT. We have we have SMT. NQ already swept the high, but we might come up to these areas to sweep. So going into the 10 o'clock macro, I want to see how that reacts. But I'm not taking a trade, obviously. What I will do is I'll wait until 10 o'clock comes around to see if maybe we have something then. As long as we don't sweep this low here, we're still good. So we could continue just drawing lower, and that's fine with me. But the moment we get candles like this down here somewhere is when my focus will change. Until then, this is more so time distortion. Time distortion. Couple more seconds. Now let's see. Actually, this is the new order block now. What does the 5 minute look like? Yep, nothing. We have S&T at the highs as well, so yeah, no trade idea. Although I do believe we need to sweep these highs before we continue drawing lower. Why am I saying that? If we're still in the distribution phase, then I'm looking for something like this. We have distribution here, sweep, draw lower. On the hourly, we have something like this as well, right here. We swept this high here, draw higher. I mean, draw lower. So something like that is what I'm looking for here. But we'll see. So I'm just going to stick to watching the 15-minute here. We have a pretty good imbalance here. Here we don't have any imbalance, but we are coming down a little lower now. We are still within this inversion here. So let's see. Yep, we got to run on stops, draw lower, continuation higher. So 8 more minutes. And there is no second stage SMT at the lows yet. I want to see a long wick get drawn here. And we still have 6 more minutes. All right, let's take a look. It looks like we're drawing higher now. Okay, that's displacement. Well, it looks like displacement. I don't want to see any wicks though. Maybe like a small wick, yes, but not a weak one. And this will be my target. Don't close the gap. Darn. We're completely closing that gap. Okay. Yep. False alarm. This is south side swept. Well, no, actually, it's this one up here. So now we have this, but I still don't. Yeah, I'm not gonna trust this just yet. So now we have a new area to keep watch. And time is starting to come around. So I don't want to see this high get swept. What I want to see is I want to see one more sweep. 15 more seconds. Many people would probably use this as an entry. Again, this is time distortion, manipulation, expansion. So we'll see. We'll see if I'm right. Let's get some orders ready. And if price just comes up here without drawing into this area here, what I'll do is I'll probably enter at 50% of the range here if that happens. Yep, 15-minute here. Okay, so the 5-minute and 1-minute are in order. I just want to see it close above. So this was the turtle soup entry. But again, I want to see the price sweep. I mean, price close above this area here. Let me put in an order, 46.75. Well, we swept sell side. Okay, so in the 5-minute now I'm seeing something totally different. We rebalance this imbalance here. So I'm gonna stick to it. But I have to see how price reacts here. 30 seconds. How's the 1 hour going to close? The 1 hour is going to close very, not bullish. There's an imbalance here in the 1 hour. Okay. All right, I'm getting ready to get in. Darn. Did not get it. Yep, I didn't get it. One more. I want to see it come down here so I can get in. And there it goes. So frustrating, but that's fine. So now we have relative equal highs up here. So I do want to see a retracement at least. Please. Nope. Looks like we might not get it. Yeah, looks like they're not going to get it. Darn. Alright, so I'll let it go. That's unfortunate. Does it come all the way down here? I don't think so. Protected low. There's no second stage SMT, so I'm not even going to. Actually, maybe there is right here, but I'm not going to take a chance right now. Yeah. Damn. It completely blows. All right. Well, now that we're about to get this sweep, we might get the reversal, but I'm not willing to take that anymore. Okay, so either or. Took a short earlier. How much did I lose? 45. So nothing. I should have stuck to my original stop, which was down here. Entered here, and my stop was down here. My initial objective was here, which is fine. My stop would have been just if I had taken time into account, because as you can see here, entry was 940. This is 954 within the macro. So if I had kept time in check, then I most likely wouldn't have been stopped. Probably would have entered here or here, and then we get to draw higher, but obviously that did not happen. So now we have buy side taken here. So we first get buy side, but again, this is drawing liquidity up here. So I want to see how price reacts in these areas. I do like this reversal though. And we do have second stage SMT at the lows. That's one thing that I completely missed out on, which is fine. Okay, so now that we have established the long, what I will be looking for later on, as long as price does not close rejecting these areas, right? As long as price does not reject these areas, what we'll be looking for later on is continuation. Now, let's say price rejects these areas, because as you can see here, NQ swept sell side, now buy side, right? So what does that mean? If we are to continue drawing lower, because we do have generated liquidity here, then I want to see price not willing to close above, right? That's what I want to see. I want to see price not willing to close above these areas, and then I want to see the draw lower. But I have to see displacement. So right now we do have displacement to the highs. So the only logical sense right now is the continuation higher. Okay, so I do like this. This is the objective on ES. So my plan for the day, for the rest of the day, obviously is, again, it all depends on how price closes and how it reacts after the highs are taken. Because as I said earlier, if price fails to get above these areas here on NQ, like I explained, I wanted to see price take out the high, and then maybe we get the draw lower as long as we see displacement. On ES, I want to see this imbalance get rebalanced, and then I want to see an unwillingness of price to get higher. So we'll see, because we did sweep buy side yesterday, and we swept sell side this morning. But the higher time frame, the objective remains up here. So again, it all has to do with how price either displaces or displaces higher or lower. And right now we are displacing higher. So I think what I'll look for is I'll look for something similar as to this play here, where we created a 5-minute order block after the displacement higher, but here it was displacement lower, and then later on we saw the failure of price getting higher, and then we had the short in this area here. Actually, it was an NQ. Had the short right here. Ran into these lows down here. This little low over here. It just sucks though that I wasn't able to catch that entry. Oh man, just stupid on me. Oh, that would have been a beautiful long. And it was right here too. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. Yep, right here. Actually, there is no entry there. So just the 1-minute. I could have used the 2-minute because I'm pretty sure there's a 2-minute entry here. But I don't like making it too complicated. Yep, right here. Damn, this sucks. Okay, so we're at the macro. Macro's over. Um, yeah, it just sucks. The only thing I had to do was leave my stop because I was in here. And damn, turtle soup entry. Yeah, this turtle soup would have been beautiful. Again, and it is often a failure on my part where I don't where I don't take time into account. I mean, I am syncing with time in that we took buy side first and we took sell side, but the fact that we were already here and I took my stop right here, actually, my entry was here. No, actually, yeah, my entry was here. Um, and all I had to do was wait, what, 5 minutes? But again, that's my fault. Completely, complete failure on my part. But that's fine because the better setup will be something along the lines of this right here. Price fails to get above this 5-minute order block, sweeps buy side, but sweeps sell side first. I was bearish, caught the short right, actually right here, but on NQ. So I'll be looking for the same, but in the afternoon session, if it doesn't happen during the 11 o'clock macro. So that's it for today. Very unfortunate that I wasn't able to catch that long. I mean, I was in it, but fell out of love with it because time was not a factor just yet. Wanted to see a little more. If I would have held um, with my original stop being down here, and then I would have been able to catch this long here, taking my first one off here, the second one off here, and then maybe a runner if I had been in with a third one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll see you tomorrow.